I made $70,000 in sales from one listing on Amazon Handmade, and I've only spent $5,000 in advertisement during the same time frame. And what if I told you the main reason I did that is because I sold on Etsy prior to selling on Amazon? So if you sell on Etsy, this is the video you might want to watch, because there's a great opportunity for you to be able to really grow your business, because you have something extremely valuable that a lot of people just coming onto Amazon do not have. Now, for those that are new, my name is Vlad. I'm a top seller on Etsy. I'm also a manufacturer and consult some top sellers as well. Now, the stuff that I teach you guys on this channel, it's not something searchable, so make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification. You're not going to be able to find this stuff on YouTube because you don't know what you don't know to type into the search. So if you want to get content by somebody that has grown a business and is sharing the things that you might not know that you need to do for your business, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Now, of course, I started on Etsy and I grew my business, and I was able to get over $120,000 in sales. But with that came data on which products worked well, which listings did perform better, and which keywords performed really well. All of this data, all of this information, I was able to transfer over to Amazon. Now, first, I took my very best listings, my very best 5-10 listings, and I compiled them just into one listing. So the thumbnail had the photos of the best products that I've had. And so I've compiled that listing of the best products that I sold on Etsy. Then what I did when I ran my advertisement, and this is what I want to show you guys in this video. This is my advertisement strategy that I use on Amazon Handmade, and this is what I teach my students. By the way, if you are a course member, I did add a module to where I talk about step by step on each of these stages. So if you are a course member, go ahead and check it out. There's a very in-depth on exactly how to put together a campaign on each of these stages. If you're not a course member, think about becoming a course member, because like I said, I teach literally in depth on how to sell Amazon Handmade as well as Etsy. I have a $3 million in 3-year Etsy course that you get to have access to. Also, I'm building a whole new course within that course for Amazon Handmade sellers. So you get 2 for the price of 1 right now, and the prices will go up next week. So make sure to jump on the opportunity before the course gets too big where I'll be forced to split them into 2 separate courses. At least next week, the prices will go up because I am adding more information. All right, back to the video. So you come onto Amazon Handmade with the best listing that you just created, and you're going to have a set of keywords on the statistic portion of your Etsy dashboard. You're going to have a really big bag of keywords, and you can skip step number 1. Now, for those that don't have a big load of keywords, let's go back to step number 1 and let me explain what this formula is. First, I run a very automatic campaign, a campaign that basically collects data. Because at the end of the day, what we need to do is we need to feed the algorithm with our listing. The algorithm is kind of like this big beast, this monster that consumes data in order to understand more about your listing. So in order for you to start ranking on the algorithm, you got to feed it data about your product. And that data is things like clicks, click-through rate, conversion rate. All of this data the algorithm needs to consume in order to have your product start ranking in the appropriate areas of the Amazon. So in the first stage, I run campaigns that are very automatic, and they just collect wherever Amazon decides to put that product and wherever Amazon can find where our product performs best. In parallel, sometimes I run into a category. This is pretty much targeting all the listings and all the keywords that are appropriate to your specific category when you just created the listing. You have to select which category you're going to be selling in. And for me, it's dog collars, and because I sell dog collars. Then the next stage is where I narrow it in a little bit closer. When we ran the automatic campaign, it gave us a lot of data. It gave us keywords, it gave us products that we can advertise on. We can actually siphon our competitors' data. It's kind of a nice little thing on Amazon Handmade. Not nice when people advertise on your listing, but it is nice the fact that you can advertise on your competitors' data or your competitors' listing. Now, this is where Etsy sellers can come in and pretty much cost efficiently not have to deal with the first stage, because they already have the keywords, and you can create a campaign with just the keywords and say, I only want to advertise on these keywords. Now, this is the area where you can have your set of keywords to be imported, and you can run advertisement just on these keywords. Now, even with this campaign, you can have some freedom for the algorithm to really play around with those words back and forth, switch them around, and run advertisement. And then the last stage is where you take out all the keywords that didn't perform well and only advertise on keywords that are doing well. Now, why do I run it like this? Why do I go from broad to narrow? Well, there are several reasons. First, we need to feed the algorithm efficient data. We can't just feed it junk data. When you sell on Amazon, one of the biggest problems is that you have so many different kinds of people that I was able to rank for embroidered women's belts when I'm selling dog collars, right? There's so much data that you're going to be collecting that is not good. So you need to have a filtering system where you're filtering out all the bad information, all the bad traffic, all the bad keywords that you don't want to advertise, and get only to the good stuff. And then you can run a campaign that will give you nothing but pure keywords for your listings. And then you're going to feed the algorithm. Now, let me get you in on a little secret. I spent $5,000 and I made $70,000 in sales. Now, $5,000 is how much I spent on advertising, and $70,000 is organic. The direct result of $5,000 in spend generated me about $3,500 in sales. Now, you say, Vlad, you just lost money. Well, here's the thing. If your average sales maybe on Amazon is about $20 to $50 in sales per day, when you run a campaign advertisement and you're feeding data to the algorithm, when you run it for 2 weeks, you stop the advertisement, your new normal is going to be much higher than it was prior to your advertisement campaign. So you can spend 2 weeks or 3 weeks of running your ads, and after you've stopped running your ads, you are going to be much higher in the algorithm. And that is because you have fed the algorithm sufficient data to where it's more confident to place your product in the appropriate areas of the Amazon. Now, depending on how aggressive you want to go, it'll establish new normals in many different ways. You can start advertising and get thousands of dollars in sales per day and then turn off advertisement. You can get to $500 in sales per day. I have done that. That's how I was able to grow my business. So advertising on Amazon is really not about making money. It's about using it as a tool to feed the algorithm the data. You're going to spend money to buy the food. And then you're going to take this food and feed the algorithm so it knows what your listing is, and the organic is going to grow. When more people come onto Amazon or more come onto Etsy, doesn't matter. Your advertisement spend is going to be much higher because everybody wants that spot to be advertised on the good keywords, which means by definition it's going to get more expensive, which means you're going to be less and less profitable. So profitability cannot be our main focus when we're running advertisement. Now, it could be the result of this system. In fact, at the very end, if you see, it says growth/profit, because it could actually give you profit at the end of this whole process. And it has happened to me before. But the idea is that it's all about growing. It's all about growth. Now, if you want to know more exactly about how to deal with bidding systems and how to create campaigns, go ahead and check out the course, become a course member. The prices will go up as I'm adding more content. So if you want more Etsy and Amazon content, don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, have a good one.